Ever wondered about the possibility of becoming invisible? What would you do if no one could see you? Since the dawn of time, humans have been fascinated by the concept of invisibility. This fascination has been woven deep into our collective consciousness, finding its roots in the ancient myths and legends that form the bedrock of our cultures. From the Greek god Hades, who wore a helmet that made him invisible, to the Hindu epic Mahabharata, where the hero Arjuna was granted the power of invisibility, the allure of moving unseen through the world is undeniable. Yet the intrigue of invisibility is not limited to ancient tales. It has permeated our modern-day narratives too, making its way into the realm of science fiction. From H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man to J.K. Rowling's Invisibility Cloak in the Harry Potter series, invisibility continues to captivate our imaginations. But why are we so drawn to this idea? Well, part of it is the paradox that invisibility presents. On one hand, it promises ultimate power. Imagine being able to go anywhere, do anything, without anyone knowing. It's the ultimate freedom, isn't it? But on the other hand, there's the potential for profound isolation. If no one could see you, ever, would you still feel connected to the world? Would you still feel human? This paradox is not just a philosophical musing, but a central theme in many invisibility narratives. Often, the power that invisibility bestows is depicted as a double-edged sword, bringing both liberation and loneliness. It's a compelling concept, one that has us questioning the nature of power, freedom, and human connection. So, while invisibility might seem like a fantastical concept, relegated to the pages of fiction and ancient lore, it's far from it. In fact, it's a subject of serious scientific study. Researchers around the world are grappling with the theoretical and practical aspects of making invisibility a reality. The concept of invisibility is not just a fantasy, but a subject of serious scientific study. From the ancient myths and legends to modern-day science fiction and cutting-edge research, the intrigue of invisibility continues to captivate us. So, let's dive deeper into this fascinating topic and explore the science, challenges, and future of invisibility. So, what does science say about invisibility? Can it ever become a reality? If you've ever wondered about this, you're not alone. The idea of invisibility is as old as the hills. But to understand the science behind it, we first need to grasp the basic principles of light and vision. You see, visibility is all about light. When light rays hit an object, they bounce off it, enter our eyes, and voila, we see the object. But what if an object could manipulate this light? Could that object become invisible? The answer is theoretically yes. Imagine you're throwing a ball against a wall. The ball bounces back, right? That's a bit like light hitting an object. But what if the wall could somehow curve around the ball, letting it pass through without bouncing back? The ball, or in our case, light, would go unnoticed. That's the basic idea behind invisibility. This is where metamaterials come in. These are materials engineered to have properties not found in nature. Exciting, right? Some metamaterials can actually bend light, curving it around an object like the wall did with our imaginary ball. This means light doesn't bounce back to our eyes, and we can't see the object. The object becomes invisible. Now, this might sound like a plot from a science fiction movie, but believe it or not, scientists have already created tiny objects that can do this trick. They've made them disappear, at least to some wavelengths of light. But here's the catch. Our eyes are sensitive to a very specific range of wavelengths, what we call visible light, and so far, no one has managed to make an object invisible to that. Plus, bending light perfectly around an object without causing any distortion or shadow is an enormous scientific challenge. While invisibility may still be out of reach, scientists are making remarkable strides towards this once unimaginable goal. The science of invisibility is not just a fairy tale. It's a fascinating field of study, and who knows, one day it might just turn science fiction into science fact. Achieving invisibility is not without its challenges. What are the hurdles that scientists face? Well, first off, we have the technical challenges. The creation of metamaterials, which are materials engineered to have properties not found in nature, is a complex and demanding process. These materials are designed to control and manipulate light, bending it around an object to achieve invisibility. But here's the kicker. To make something as large as a human invisible, we would need to engineer a metamaterial capable of manipulating all wavelengths of visible light. That's a tall order. And let's not forget about the practical aspect. Even if we could make a human invisible, how would they navigate the world? Without light bouncing off our retinas, we would be effectively blind. We'd need to find a way around this little conundrum. Moving on, we grapple with ethical and societal implications. The potential misuse of invisibility is a serious concern. Imagine if invisibility fell into the wrong hands. It could be used for nefarious purposes, from spying and theft to more disturbing criminal activities. This issue raises the question of regulation and control. Who gets to be invisible and who decides? Then there's the psychological toll of being unseen. Consider the loneliness, the disconnection, the feeling of not being part of the world. There's a reason why invisibility is often depicted as a curse in myths and folklore, you know. Finally, we have to consider the broader societal implications. How would invisibility affect our relationships, our social structures, our very sense of reality? These are questions we can't answer yet, but they're worth pondering. Invisibility, if achieved, could reshape our world in ways we can't yet fully comprehend. But for now, these challenges serve as a stark reminder that science is a double-edged sword, capable of both astonishing feats and profound consequences. As we look to the future, what could the advancement of invisibility technology mean for us? Well, the possibilities are not just vast, but also incredibly exciting. Let's start with the military. Invisibility technology could revolutionize warfare. Imagine soldiers so stealthy, they're invisible to the naked eye, or aircraft that vanish from radar screens. This could provide a huge advantage, but also raises some critical ethical questions. But the military is not the only sector that could benefit. Let's talk about healthcare. What if doctors could render certain cells invisible to the immune system? This could be a game changer for treating autoimmune diseases, where the body mistakenly attacks its own cells. In the world of technology, invisibility could take us leaps and bounds ahead. Invisible wires, for instance, could lead to cleaner, more streamlined tech designs. Or consider architecture, where invisible structures could blend seamlessly into the environment, reducing visual pollution. Yet, as we peer into this promising future, we must also recognize the potential drawbacks. The advancement of invisibility technology could significantly alter our understanding of privacy. If invisibility becomes commonplace, could we ever be truly alone? And what would it mean for our sense of individuality if we could simply disappear at will? Indeed, the road to invisibility is not just about scientific breakthroughs. It's also about navigating the complex ethical and societal questions that arise. It's about ensuring that invisibility technology, like all technology, is used for the greater good. As we stand on the brink of this fascinating frontier, we find ourselves in the heart of a paradoxical challenge. How do we make the invisible visible while ensuring that we don't lose sight of what truly matters, our humanity? The quest for invisibility continues to captivate us, pushing the boundaries of what we believe is possible. Invisibility, once a subject of myth and fantasy, is now a frontier of scientific exploration. We've delved into the depths of this fascinating concept, from its ancient allure to its modern scientific underpinnings. We've journeyed through the intricate principles that underlie invisibility, from bending light to manipulating perception. We've also grappled with the inherent challenges of invisibility. The hurdles are not just technological, but also ethical and societal. Yet despite these obstacles, the future of invisibility holds a wealth of potential. It can revolutionize fields from espionage to entertainment, from medicine to military strategy. But as we venture into this uncharted territory, we must remember to tread with caution. The power of invisibility can be a double-edged sword, capable of both great good and great harm. Whether we are ready or not, invisibility might be closer to reality than we think. Stay curious and keep exploring the unseen possibilities of the world around us.